Days, what you got for me?
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the North Divide. You guys know what it is. Me and Hooks. Just straight war. This is straight warring. You know, the North London. What's going on in the world of North London? Spurs bidding for Savio. Arsenal still in for Eze, but we might hijack that deal. SuperCup preview today. I am late. So sorry to Hook, sorry to everyone inside. But with good intention. We're just doing some Prem predictions before we ended Saeed's show, which will probably be good to do today as well with Hook. So we'll get into that at some point. But before we do, what are you saying, Hooks? How you doing? Oh shit. 2 seconds. Chat to chat for a second.
Yeah, I'm good, man. You get me? Just what I'm now like 6 days away from being able to watch Arsenal's first game of the season. I'm excited, man. Like, I'm looking forward to Premier League football being back. Yeah. And I mean, well, I'm going to a tournament over the weekend, so it's going to be hard to watch all of the games, but I'm definitely going to be locked into a few of them. So yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Looking forward to it all. Hopefully, I guess I don't know how other Arsenal fans feel, any other Arsenal fan that may be in the chat, but for me, it would be nice to get another player in before the season starts. Preferably Eze, if we can get that deal done. Like, I see we're trying to sell some players. I see Zinchenko, he might be on his way to Fenerbahce. Obviously, he was Stuttgart, interested in Vieira. Every potentiality that Trossard will leave. So if Berta can get those done in the next 4 or 5 days, then maybe we might see Eze come in prior. But if not, then I'm more than happy to go to Old Trafford with what we've got. I just feel like Victor Gyökeres is going to absolutely destroy Manchester United. So I think that will get us through game week 1. I feel like Manchester United haven't looked too great in their preseason either. The likes of Cunha, the likes of Mbumo pulling up blanks across all of their preseason. So they clearly haven't warmed up yet. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm feeling good about the first game of the season. I can't lie.
Yeah, I can't lie. It feels good to finally get back to, being able to speak about games, previews, things going on, not just transfers every other week, and getting back to this usual, I'm a score, you a score. The war, bro, because this is what I want to get to, know what I mean? Like, let's have it right. We were talking over the weekend about Community Shields and how teams are going to be playing their first games of the season, and this team's going to be playing their first game of the season, but our season actually does start. And I saw Hooks in my chat earlier say how we're going to talk about Arsenal for 50 minutes and Spurs 10. Now we're going to do it the other way around today. So
finally. Finally.
There's nothing to speak about. You know what? In theory, there is no news on Arsenal come out of anything concrete for us to speak about. So we'll stick over on the Spurs side of things for now. But we're going to get round to the Super Cup. I do want to get round to the Super Cup. But before we do, Hooks, there was a bomber. And I think it's fair to say it is a bit of a bomber now. Because I think everybody knows. I don't need to share my screen because everybody in here has already seen it. Fabrizio tweeted last night, exclusive Spurs were in talks to get a deal done for Savio. Clubs are very, there's a lot of encouragement coming from City to get this deal done, and it seems like it's very close. Spurs have put in a 50 million euro bid that was rejected, but they are continuing to negotiate, and personal terms won't be a problem. Savio wants to be a player that plays every single game and feel like an important player, as to why he's open to the move. What do you think about that move, Hooks? Do you think it's a good move for Spurs? Spurs doing some serious business for once?
I think it's a fabulous move for Spurs. It's a very backwards move for Savio. Like, I can't understand. Like, I hear it. It's World Cup year. wants to play as much, you get me, football as possible to get into the Brazil national team. But I don't think that Spurs is the place, man. I won't lie. I don't like. It would be very disappointing from my perspective if even my club allows Savio to just go to Spurs for like 50 million euros. That's crazy. That's definitely what I spoke about it this morning, and I'll be honest, the large majority of the chat, yeah, and they weren't all Arsenal fans, it was a mixture. They don't think that anyone should intercept this deal. Like, nobody seemed to think that Savio was a player worth going for. So I don't know, maybe different people see different things in it. But I even had one brother in my chat say that Martinelli's clear of Savio. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe people aren't as gassed on Savio. But the truth be told, he didn't have a good season.
Didn't have a bad season, though. That's the. Do you know what it is, though, Hooks? This is what I don't like. Yeah?
Expectation versus reality.
But how much was an expectation for a £30 million 20-year-old? How much expectation was on him?
But George, you remember the talk that everyone was giving about Savio before?
Why was the talk like that? Because his name was Enio at the end. People Brazilian and he's young. It's like, oh yeah, he needs to be the next Neymar or Ronaldinho. So the expectation is that he's going to light up the whole of the Premier League. But let's have it right. £30 million, 20-year-old, get 10 assists and 1 goal, or 3 goals in all competitions. Or it was like 11 or 12 assists and 3 goals in all competitions. Not a bad turnout at all. Now, if you're talking about for City to be a needle mover, if he was expected to be a needle mover for City, it's a problem. But let's be right. Let's have it right. The people that expected him to be a needle mover probably had never watched him play football and didn't probably think that. Let's be serious. The players they had, he wasn't expected to come in there and go crazy.
Lee Gunner was saying he's better than Saka. And Lee Gunner watches the Liga.
Lee Gunner put a lot of expectation on him. I'll say that. Lee Gunner did put a lot of expectation on him as to why I think people are now making the statements. And this is where I think we need to find a middle. There needs to be a middle ground. Because you can't go from, oh yeah, because Lee Gunner said a certain expectation. Now they think, oh, he's not better than Martinelli. Watch football with your eyes, people. For one, he never played on the left wing barely for Manchester City. He was signed as a left winger. When he played for Girona, he played 35 games on the left wing, none on the right for that whole season, never played a season on the right. He comes to Man City, and all of a sudden Pep says, yeah, I know you're a left winger, but we're going to invert you on the right. You're not going to get the best out of him. If you actually look at the goals that he created for City, majority of them, when he's on the left wing, he's beating his man, and he's got a great final ball into the box. And that's where I'm looking at. I'm looking at this deal, and yes, I know I've gone on record saying multiple times, I need goal scorers. I need players that are going to bring me proven quality in front of goal. Now, Savino's not that. But what I do look at Savino is being a profile of player who can beat his man, someone who's good on that left wing, somebody who for Spurs is an instant ceiling raiser. He comes in and he's better than our left wingers in Tell and Odebert. And then he comes in and we can make him this important player he wants to be. I think in the right club, in the right team, as we saw at Girona, he scored 10 goals, got 10 assists in his first season there as a player in the league. That's the type of turnout that I need my player to get. We need a Son replacement. Son was here for 10 years. I'm looking at Rodrygo, Savio being that Son replacement. Son last season scored 8 goals, got 8 assists in the Premier League. That's something I think Savino can replicate. I don't think he's, at this moment in time, he's not going to replace prime Son. But that isn't the thing that we expect. And you'd be silly to even suggest that because he's only 21.
But that's what you want, though.
But no, because we haven't had prime Sonny for 4 years.
No, but what I'm saying is you don't want to replace.
We got Flash player.
Like Son at his worst, you want to replace Son at his best. No, that's how you make your team stronger. No, I think Savio is an amazing signing for I'll even go as far George, if you get Savio, you might as well head over to the Spurs shop and get his name on the back. Like, that's how good of a signing. Like, I think that Savio would be for Spurs, innit? But what I'm saying is, I think it's a bit. I don't think you can say he replaces Son, because when you say replace Son, you're like, there's a lot of.
I'm not talking about prime Son though, bro. I'm talking about Son of last year.
Yeah, but even Son at his worst. even Son is worse. Like, it's still a lot of goals and a lot of assists. Do you know what I mean?
You're
There's still a
right.
lot of
And I
numbers.
think Savio can get that in the Tottenham team. I generally think in the Tottenham team, Savio gets 10 goals, 12, 13 assists in all competitions, if not more. I think he gets double-digit numbers in both categories. I'm looking at this guy, and I'm seeing him go to a manager like Thomas Frank, who we've seen. Thomas Frank is known, yes, he's known for being a defensive coach. But when you look at the players that he has, he's known for getting the best out of his attacking players. Look at, we were doing that prediction show. Remember Kevin Schade was backing bare goals when he come in. Nobody knew about Kevin Schade, bro. Thomas Frank made him be a batsman all of a sudden. So I'm looking at this. And the one thing that's being briefed to us from Fabrizio and all these other people is Thomas Frank is pushing for this signing. If he sees something in Savio, bring me this guy. And also, I ain't had poo chat at Spurs for a long time. Yeah, I need some ballers, some Joga Benito, real Brazilians. Man's dealing with Richard. Get rid of Richard and bring me Savio, and I've got a real Brazilian on my wing. So the potential to have Look at it from this point of view, yeah? I'm going from a potential attack of seeing Richarlison, Solanke, and Johnson, anti-football, to seeing Kudus, Savio, and Solanke. You're telling me that's not a whole different attack with Kudus and Savio?
Do you know what, yeah? Do you know, and this is just me, yeah? You got to solve this Solanke issue, man. He's not good enough.
He's not. But it is what it is right now.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah, call me crazy. Yeah, because obviously, I think you man should play Kudus in the 10. But let's just say he's going to be on the right. Yeah, let's just say he is on the right. That's where Frank sees him. Yeah, I think you got to play. I think you got to play Kudus, Savio, and then Kulusevski through the middle. And have him play that kind of false 9 role. He picks up spaces in the 10 and then you got Savio cutting in and you got Kudus cutting. Like, I feel like that's what Tottenham need to do, yeah, because Solanke is not it. Because you're gonna be looking. All right, so let's be real, yeah. Savio, I think Kudus is more of a dynamic, I want to go and get the goal type brother, yeah. But Savio, definitely a high volume creator. I promise you're gonna get vexed during the season how many chances Savio creates for Solanke that he doesn't put in the back of the net.
But this is what you don't get though. Last season, and this is the only season that I can watch Solanke across a full 38 games or whatever, yeah. When I watched Tottenham, the one thing that I was consistent in my match reaction was Spurs. And we remember I'd say Spurs aren't creating for Solanke, bro. People are cooking Solanke, and I don't get it because Solanke's had 1 or 2 shots in like 4 or 5 games, bro. He barely gets a chance. Now, I'm looking and I'm saying Savio's going to create for him. I'm thinking of the Solanke I watched at Bournemouth when Semenyo and Kluivert were creating for him. He was getting chances. He's in and around the box, making movement, and he's scoring most of his goals in and around that 6-yard area. Now coming to Tottenham, when the majority of his goals are just coming off the back of rebounds, off the back of the keepers parrying it, and him having to use his smart movement, we weren't creating chances for him. So I'm looking at this signing. I'm saying I think Solanke is going to have better positioning. He's going to be way more goal scoring, simply off of the fact that we've got 2 wingers that can beat their man and get to the byline. We're no longer doing, with Ange, the system didn't make no sense because you have so many players inverting inside. You had Sonny cutting in, and you had our fullback cutting in. That's where there was an issue. Everybody's coming inside, crowding the area where Solanke should be taken advantage of. Now we've got the wingers and the fullbacks going on the outside, so Solanke's got that box area to command, make space, make something of the opportunities you're going to get. So I'm looking at this, and I generally can only see positives with the signing. I think Savio will be a great move for us. I think it improves our attack. I think it improves the fluidity we're going to have in our attack. It improves our other players like Solanke. And for the money that's being quoted, which is around 60 million pounds that they want to get the deal done. They've said 70 million euros all in. So that's with the add-ons and bonuses, which I can imagine being around 6 million pounds. So for Spurs to get a deal done at that price, I'm happy. And to be fair, for all the Spurs fans out there that complain when we don't spend money, don't complain that we overpaid for a guy that scored 1 Premier League goal last season, because you can look at the stats and think he's not good, but if you watch the player and you see how much better he is compared to our wingers, you'd know how good he is. Also, when you watch our friendlies from the last game, if you watch Bayern game in particular, we had no attacking outlet off the left. None. Playing Brennan Johnson on the left, we had nothing coming off there. We need a player that can hold up the ball on that left-hand side and actually get the ball to his feet and run at his man. So I'm looking at the type of player, and it's similar to like Arsenal when you sign Madueke. You don't necessarily rate Madueke as a player that much, but you know that bringing him into the Arsenal team is going to be better than the Chelsea team automatically off the fact that left foot, left side, playing and creating for a better striker. His numbers are going to go up. It's only right. But talking about Arsenal and bringing Arsenal into this of some sorts, first of all, big up to Hyper. Make sure you guys do subscribe to Hooks. The link is in the description. I'll also put in the title now, so nobody has an excuse and nobody can miss it. So we'll make sure you do that. But mods, if you guys can also just keep spamming that in the chat, will be much appreciated. Hooks is real close to 7K. We need to get him done ASAP, as well as I'm close to 4K, people. I'm close, like 3,620 or something like that. So if everybody inside subscribed, we could get that tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribing to the boy. Make sure you're showing your love and support. Bringing Arsenal into the chat. Big up to Mr. Udang for sharing the information as always. Manchester City are considering a move for Rodrygo after imminent exits. Grealish gone, McAtee and Savio can leave. How do you feel about this, Hooks? Obviously, this has been a player that's been hot on your
I don't mind.
transfer list. He's been, come on, man. It's been hot on your.
I don't mind though, because like people that watch me know that I've consistently said, bring me Rodrygo, bring me Leao, bring me Lookman, just someone on that left-hand side that can cause chaos. That's all I want in it. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a priority, but even what Savio's, he's available now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, at the beginning of the window, none of us would have ever thought that a player like Savio would be available on the market. So that just shows me that, like, there's, even if Man City do go and get Rodrygo, cool, fair play. I would, me personally, yeah, I still think that Rodrygo would choose Liverpool or Arsenal over Man City if Liverpool and Arsenal.
No. You need to explain that, bro. What do you mean?
No, but do you know why? Because Pep's been very clear that this is his last season.
No, it's 2 seasons. He's got this season and another one.
Well, it's his final rodeo. So what I'm saying is, why would
you know that Pep pushed for him as well? In the news that come out, it said Pep Guardiola really likes the player.
Yeah, but who doesn't?
Just saying.
Yeah, but who doesn't like Rodrygo? Like, you'd have to search far and wide to find a manager that doesn't like Rodrygo. So I don't think that really means anything. And then, like, look, say, cool. This is me personally. I think he would rather commit to an Arsenal or a Chelsea if they went in for him, or a Liverpool who have more stability over the length of his contract versus, yeah, cool, I can go to Manchester City. And you know what? I'll be real. It's different going to Manchester City now, because it's not like you don't go there and you go, yeah, I'm guaranteed to win things. Like, I think Liverpool are way too strong now. Like, Liverpool,
yeah, but just like you say. Wait, what did you say the other day? We don't play Liverpool 38 games in the season.
Yeah, but what I mean,
Liverpool isn't going to be the difference maker between them winning the league or not.
I hear it, but for me, Liverpool way too strong. Chelsea, the resurgence is crazy. Like, a lot of people downplay Arsenal, but we all know Arsenal are going to be there or thereabouts. Manchester United, they're rebuilding. Tottenham, you're rebuilding. Like, there's going to be too many strong teams for Manchester City to just do the railroad thing. They're not going to do the railroad thing anymore. Do you get it?
Nah, facts.
Do you know what I mean? They're not going to do the domination in the nation thing anymore. It's all, like, that's done. Like,
I don't think they are, bro. But at the same time, you add Rodrygo to that attack, and I think there might be domination in the location. Shout out to Deji, because let's have it right, bro. Rodrygo on the left, right. You got Haaland on the right, Haaland in the center, Cherky on the right, You got Marmoush sitting just behind them, man.
Crazy.
That
Yeah,
attack
crazy.
is crazy goals.
But
And I know people are
we know
alluding to
their
the
problem,
defensive
though.
issues.
Yeah,
They
but
have a
their
defensive problem.
But their problem now isn't attack.
What's their problem?
Their problem, not like they don't like. Okay, cool. Like Rodrygo, yeah, it gives like what I'm trying to say is like you can have Rodrygo on the left for Man City, and that's great. Obviously, it takes them up a level, but it's like they already have a brother that's gonna score like 40 goals, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely more important that they solidify their defense because their offense isn't a problem.
Well, let's have it right, bro. What's the aim of the game in football? Scoring goals. If you can outscore your opponent, you win the game. And the way I see it is Manchester City could take the approach of, yeah, you know what, our defense isn't that great. But for one, we're going to be playing on the front foot against most teams, and they might catch us in the transition. But if we add goals to this attack and we add difference makers, that being the likes of Rodrygo, then I don't think it's going to be a question of whether, you know, is our defense good enough? I just look at that attack and I'm saying, bro, them man are going to bag so many goals. Rodrygo's going to look at it and say, I can come in and be the left winger, not the right winger or an option on the wing. I'm the left winger in that team. And he's got Haaland to create in front of him, not this Mbappe rubbish who's barely in this box half the time. He's just road running up and down the place, taking up my position on the wing. Like, he's going to be looking at a proper system with, let's have it right, Rodrygo and probably most fans of he's our age, isn't it? Like, or my age, I should say, not yours, because we clarified that earlier. This guy was fresh as when I can't believe Hooks tried send for me and then held straight by him because man's in freshers whilst I was at home playing FIFA. But more than anything, Rodrygo grew up watching that Barcelona Pep team. He would have known that playing for Pep Guardiola, you just explode as a player. So I think he might see the opportunity to play under Pep Guardiola as a big one, especially like I said, his last 2 years in football. Would you not want to play your last 2 years and be like, Pep's gonna retire. This might be my last opportunity to play for this manager and really take my game to the next level. Would you not think that's a good opportunity for him? That he would want to take? And I see KJ said in the chat, City ain't paying 100 million. It's 100 million euros, bro. So it's only about 85 million.
Yeah, you say only, but like...
And also, look at it like this. Savio, 50 to 60 mil. Mikati's already confirmed 20 mil. And Grealish is 12 million off the wage books. That's 80 million, if not more. That money's covered, bro. They're really not worried. That's money's covered off the 3 players they're getting rid of in the attack.
I'll be look, I don't know, man. I hear everything that you're saying. I hear it. Yeah. And obviously, Manchester City is an attractive proposition. It is. It really is. It's an attractive proposition. Like, it's a lot more attractive than what it was like 20 years ago. Like, we know this. Like, they've had so much success over the last 10 to 15 years that they've kind of leapfrogged a lot of teams in the Premier League in terms of attractiveness, innit? But we can't ignore that the major source of all of that attractiveness is Pep Guardiola. Now, if Pep Guardiola, do you know what it is? Cool. I'm not saying that Manchester City is some super dusty club. I'm not saying that. Manchester's a very nice city. I hear that, yeah? But it's different when you're viewing it as a foreigner. Do you know what I mean? Rodrygo's not like Tajani Randers, bro. Do you get me? He was playing for Real Madrid, bro. Like, he was winning Champions League, winning La Liga. Like, you get me? He's success to him is normal. He's Brazilian as well. These man, you know how hard it is to get these man to leave country with son, bro.
Facts.
You think that Big Rodrygo, who winning things is not like a big selling point to him because he's already virtually won everything.
I know, yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, you've Pep Guardiola, who would be like the real selling point for you.
The best manager of all time. He's a great selling point. Don't make it seem like it's not a good selling point, though.
I don't I don't know about of all time.
All right, he's up
I'm
there
saying,
regardless.
But I'm saying that's the major selling point. Is Pep Guardiola? He's leaving in 2 seasons, and that's if Man City turn it round. Because I wouldn't rule out if Man City have another season like they had last season.
I don't think they do.
But we can't rule it out. Yeah, we can't rule it out.
I've got City winning the league. That was my
vote. You do, because you're doing the gas man thing. But
I'm not doing the gas man thing. I'm being real. I've had City winning the league from before this. Bro, you heard me at the start of the window say I feel like City's gonna win the league because Pep doesn't let his teams go 2 seasons without winning the league. Plus, he's the best manager at finding solutions with a bad team. He is, or with a current team, I should say, because he never has a bad team, innit?
No, he's not.
He's the best manager. Every year with Manchester City, he evolves or makes a change with that team. Every year, there's always something.
Yeah, from a good position, not from a bad position.
That's what I just said.
That's why he struggled last year.
You do remember in his first year, he finished 3rd. Yeah, in his first year.
Yeah, but 3rd is not bad, bro. In your first season.
All right, but his
first season, he's getting everyone used to Wagwan.
Bro, the reason they were so bad was like no Rodri, bro. They're getting used to playing.
Bro. All right, for Pep Guardiola, for me, 2nd best manager of all time. For me, the first is Alex Ferguson.
I don't mind you putting.
But I can understand flip a coin. Some people think Sir Alex Guardiola, but the one thing that no man can ever gaslight me about Pep Guardiola is he's never been in a scenario where he's been in trouble and had to turn it around. He's always dominated, bro. He's always
I get what you mean.
He's always been in favorable positions, bro.
Let's have it right. Pep Guardiola's not the type of manager. He's not the type of manager. He's not a manager that's been put himself into these scenarios, or a manager that's inserting himself into the conversation of being the greatest of all time for no reason. He's that good. So I would never question whether Pep Guardiola can come back from a season where he did have last year, which wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. But I'm looking at it and I'm saying, I'll be real. Like, you're trying to make it seem like Rodrygo wouldn't choose City. Rodrygo chooses City in a heartbeat. I think.
No. I'm not saying he won't choose Man City. I'm saying if Liverpool or Arsenal or even Chelsea show real interest and go band for band with Manchester City, I think he chooses one of the other 3 over Manchester City, and I don't think that's mad to say.
I don't think so. I do think you're going mad. I'm gonna be real. I think you're going mad, but I understand your sentiments. You know, you're just City's little bro.
You know what?
Hating on them. You're hating on City because you're their little bro, but you're wearing their colours on your head right now.
I like City. City, they were doing man a favor for a long time because they were stopping man that I actually hate.
Well, you was shopping in Chelsea's trash, and you went to City's trash, and then you went back to Chelsea. It's mad.
Okay, so by the way,
you get rubbish players. Let me ask you a question. Good ones, isn't it?
Let me ask you a question.
Their fans are upset about selling their players to us. The ones you took are the ones they want to get rid of. Like, you just love shopping in other teams' trash cans.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Why are answer as a Tottenham fan, why are you buying Savio to fund Rodrygo to Man City?
Because I'm not competing for the league right now. I don't care.
When you could just go throw your hat in for Rodrygo.
For one, we're not going to get Rodrygo. Rodrygo's not coming to Tottenham. We're not going to pay. All right, but I'm telling you with a fact, we do not pay. All right, but I can tell you with a fact that Spurs don't pay the wage. He wants 300k a week if he leaves, yeah? He wants big money. That's been heavily reported. He wants a massive wage packet. Spurs don't pay any player near that. If not, our highest paid player is half of that. So I'm looking at it and saying, realistically, are Spurs going to get Rodrygo? No. Can we get Savio? Yes. That's Brazil's next best left winger. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, bring me Savinho. Savinho might be Rodrygo in 5 years. That's the thing. Savinho is a player that could be worth £100 million in a few seasons. I'm looking at Savio and saying 21 years old, the perfect signing. He's going to see Spurs as the team where he can actually build his career, make his name for himself. And he's still very young. I want a player that's still young, that's still got those years to progress, build up. And I'm ready for this. I'm ready for Savio to be at Spurs. And KJ, you keep telling me this like you work for Rodrygo. I know Spurs better than you know Spurs. And I know Spurs enough to know that we aren't investing the wages that Rodrygo wants, bro. It's not happening. The wages are a problem. No. The wages are a problem, bro. I'm telling you right now. And yes, we're definitely lower on his list of options. But I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you for fact, Spurs aren't putting 300k into this deal. I'm telling you.
Brazil's next best left winger when Vinny is alive is crazy to me. Can't lie to you.
I forgot about Vinny for a sec. I'm not gonna lie. So
the
up and coming winger, he's up and coming, man. I'll still hold that one. That's fine. But that's fine. I said you're ready to get your heart broken by Spurs. For Savio, facts. I'm ready to get my heart broken if this still don't happen because I'm all in. I'm all in, people. And I'm telling you right now. And just lastly on transfers before we go on to the Super Cup, obviously.
Wait, just quickly, last thing on Rodrygo, yeah. I don't think Arsenal would pay the wages either.
I don't think.
I think that's actually was kind of delayed or stopped Arsenal for going for Rodrygo. Is I just don't think that Arsenal want to pay those wages. Personally,
I'm probably. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I think a lot of teams are hesitant to invest 300k a week into a player, especially when you have a lot of players in your team. Like if he's gonna be 90 minutes start a week in, week out, probably would make sense. I'll be honest. Obviously, the Madueke deal was like a sixth of that because I've heard Madueke is only on 50k a week. So I can understand that sense. Arsenal may have wanted Madueke because of his cheap wages, plus him being a homegrown player and those sorts. But I think Rodrygo, for City, the 300k is not a problem because Grealish is that wage. So you just be replacing Grealish's wage. Plus, Grealish, they spent more money on Grealish. So when I'm looking at this just makes sense. This just makes sense. Ask this Jords bum if his thoughts on losing more games in a single season than Arteta's last 4 years, which I don't know what the relevance to this conversation is, Mr. Whopper, but you sound rather hurt and insecure about it. So maybe you should talk in it in the comments. But what you can do is drop a like and tell everyone else to smash a like because, I don't really care about what you've got to say there. But moving on, last transfer story of the day. And obviously the one that's been heating up for this is actually, it really is the North Divide. And there might be, I hope both our teams put bids in because it will just make this show even better for a minute.
Stop doing
Eberechi Eze.
Man.
No, because I'm seeing you talk about him this morning. I also saw your tweets. Wait, let me get out. Can I? Hooks.
But you
can add, bro. This ain't a track. Okay. I don't need the ad libs. I'm building it in, and I'm building up off of you. I've saw your tweets this morning. Potential bid that came in.
32-30.
Yeah, 32-30. I've got the timestamps here, so don't worry. I'll put Eze 32 minutes. We're talking about Eze. Facts. So Eberechi Eze, you still on the course of that. He's chosen Arsenal. I'm still seeing multiple reports to say Spurs are interested, Arsenal interested. No choice has been made. No bids have been made. Both teams. Fabrizio said this. Fabrizio said Spurs are still heavily interested in him. I don't know why you're not. You don't.
No. When did he say that?
He said on his YouTube channel. That's what he said. So it's one of those things that.
So did he say that Eze hasn't made his choice? Because that's what you alluded to.
Yeah, Eze. No choice has been made by Eze because no club has put a bid in.
No, but you know that.
Because behind the scenes, Eze told his cousin's brother, who told Flashboy in the chat that he wanted Arsenal.
No, you're doing the YouTube thing because
I'm doing the YouTube thing because you keep doing this. I've got a new ITK.
You don't know what I'm gonna say.
My new ITK is Mark 88.
You don't even know what I'm gonna say.
Mark 88, Brian.
You just started opening your mouth, but you didn't even know what I was gonna say.
Because I know exactly what you're gonna say.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I did. I've done it. Well, you know what
I'm gonna say.
You're doing up ad lib when I was speaking. So I'm doing up ad lib when you're talking.
You know what I'm gonna say.
You say. Go on. I'll do ad lib.
You know what I'm gonna say. Do you know what I'm gonna say? Because you said you know what I'm gonna say. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm gonna say? Go on. I told you. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
Now I need to know. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
I'm just doing ad libs. I'm just doing ad libs like you was. I'm not actually saying anything.
Yeah, because you know you was chatting shit. Okay, cool. So by the way, you know it has absolutely nothing with no club making a bid because you know that Arsenal and probably Spurs speak to the player before even speaking to the club. You know this. So it has nothing to do. Who has Arsenal signed this summer where they spoke to the club first? Answer me that question.
You're still telling me that Spurs are not interested. Spurs aren't going to
answer me that question.
What are we doing here?
Of course,
what are we doing here?
Of course, Spurs have interest in Eze because Spurs have had interest in Eze for the last 3 years. But for the last 3 years, you haven't signed him, and then he rejected you this year.
He never rejected us once. Rejected us once. When did he reject us?
Hence why.
When did he reject us? So
Hence
how
why
about you send the report and we will share the screen. Send the report and I'll share my screen. How about you do that? Share the report and I'll share my screen.
Hence why you pivoted to Kudus. Hence why you pivoted to Kudus. Because you weren't on this Kudus thing, and then it was like, oh, Eze don't want.
Actually,
man.
I was. Do you know what it is? Hooks was on holiday, so he missed. No, this is what I get. Hooks, I will allow you because you was on holiday. I will allow you because you was on holiday. I was streaming every day, and actually, do you know what people was funny? I broke the Morgan Gibbs White news before many people, as I broke the Kudus news about Tottenham. I was making videos about Kudus and Morgan Gibbs White at the end of May, start of June. You go on my channel and look, you'll see them in the thumbnails. Because I was talking about these deals for a month before they happened. Because I've been making videos on transfers every day. So I know what's been going on. Kudus, yes, we chose Kudus. We prioritized the Kudus deal because Frank wanted a winger. He wanted a 1v1 demon. Yeah, we're gonna have two of them, by the way. We're gonna forget Charlie's Angels. We've got Levy's Demons. Yeah, look out for those ones. Savio and Kudus. Don't you forget Levy's Demons. But on another note, yeah, Eze, don't let us go get Eze. That's all I'm saying. Because look, we're doing up 4D chess in giving City the money for Savio so they can go get Rodrygo, and then we're gonna take Eze away from you. So you've got no one. That's what I'm looking to do, bro. When Eze does accept a deal to Spurs, you're going to look like the fool because let's have it right. Crystal Palace are now confirmed to be Conference League competitioners. Yeah, competitors. Yeah. Then he will accept a move anywhere away from Crystal Palace now. He doesn't care about whether it's Arsenal or Tottenham. Let's have it right. He just wants to play Champions League football. He wants to play.
He definitely. You've seen how he speaks about Arsenal and how him getting released from the Arsenal academy is one of the most painful things that's ever happened to him in his life.
Bro, can I ask you?
Let me tell you this, yeah. I'll tell you this for free, yeah.
This is crazy. Man said the third and fourth IU brothers. That's madness. That's
I'll tell you this for free, yeah. I'm gonna say this, yeah. If Eze ends up going to Tottenham, yeah, then by the way, everything that he said about how the pain and all of that is all bullshit. Because you don't feel that way about getting released from the Arsenal academy, coming from the Arsenal youth setup, and then you go and move to Tottenham. Doesn't make sense. Think about it. Think of it if the roles was reversed, yeah? Would it make sense, yeah, if a player got released from the Tottenham academy, yeah, and then he then goes on several occasions to say how him getting released from the Tottenham academy is one of the hardest things he had to deal with in his life, and then he goes and signs for Arsenal? But it doesn't make no sense.
Bro, let's have it right now.
So if he does go Tottenham, then I'd have to question as a on a ethical and moral level. I would have to question it. I would have to.
This is the problem with Arsenal fans. Man said he's going to question his ethics if he chooses Tottenham because he used to play for the Arsenal academy. Eze's been released from bare academies. It wasn't just Arsenal. He actually been released quite a few times, yeah. Unfortunately. Great player, and it's shame to the academies for releasing him. But I've seen his videos. Bro, you're forgetting. I've monitored Eze closer than you for the last couple of years. I know this all about Eze.
I'm not entertaining this. All I'm going to say is, if Eze ends up choosing Tottenham, then...
All right, let me ask you this question. I was going to ask you this question before, but let me just... Let's just say Arsenal don't put a bid in. Spurs put a bid in. Do you think that he... And let's talk... Because you spoke about how from Savinho's point of view, so I know when you talk about from Eze's point of view, you think that he's going to reject a move to a Champions League club to stay at Crystal Palace for another season with no guarantee that Arsenal are going to bid next year. You think it'd be better for him to stay at Arsenal, stay at Crystal Palace than make that move to Spurs if Arsenal don't put a bid in?
Yeah.
I'm talking about from Eze's point of view, not your point of view.
From Eze's point of view?
Yes, as a player playing for a Champions League club.
I think he's actually guaranteed a higher chance of winning something next season if he stays at Crystal Palace.
He could be. Conference League is a very good competition for him. But isn't that not a question of ambition? You can win a Conference League or you can play a Champions League. There's two very different things.
But I thought the main aim of football is to win trophies.
It is.
You see where you're
again. This is for the player. This isn't for me as a club. No, we're talking about from a player point of view.
No, but he's
We're
a
not
fan
talking
as
about from
well.
a club
So
or
you see
fan
where
point of
you see where it
view.
crumbles.
He's
You see
a
where it crumbles.
player.
You
He's
see where
a
your you see where
player.
your logic
As
crumbles.
a player, he can choose to play Conference League or he can choose to play Champions League. Now, whether he feels like he can be the difference maker to win either of these competitions is on him. But let's have it right. If he wants to stay at Crystal Palace and play, you think that he would choose to stay at Crystal? Let's just clarify that first more. I ain't going nowhere else. You think that he would rather play Conference League at Crystal Palace than play for Tottenham at Champions League level?
Do you know what I actually think? Yeah, I'll be so honest with you. Do you know what I think? Yeah, Eze is actually a football player that I actually really like, and I think that he's actually I think he's a nice human being. Like, I just like him on a human level. Like, I think he's a swell guy. You know, he's a man of the Lord, like me. You know, in the Bible, does things the right way. Like, you never really see him in the media doing up mad things or outrage. Like, he's just a good guy. Do you know what I mean? He's an upstanding citizen, yeah, of London, yeah. So I want him to do what's best for him, yeah. And if he feels like going to Tottenham is what's best for him, yeah. Firstly, I'd have to question his intelligence. That's the first thing I'd have to do.
That's an intelligent.
But I still want you to go. If you feel it's like the right move, then it's the right move for you. I hope it goes well, because I don't like, just because you go to Tottenham, I'm not now going to start wishing wickedness upon you. I would question.
That's quite clear. Man said he's a swell guy.
I would question your intelligence and your integrity, but I still want the best for you. So go and do what you must do. But I just feel like, Eze, if you want to continue, so like if the thing is for Eze, yeah, he wants to continue to win things, yeah, then he has to stay at Crystal Palace instead of going to Tottenham, because newsflash, you're not winning anything next season. Newsflash, just had to throw that out there, get it out nice and early. You're not winning anything next season, yeah. Just as we understand this, cool. So why would you?
So moving on, people, because clearly Brad said we're not winning nothing this season. We're actually in a final. We're actually in a final. Oh, and you know what? It's funny that you say that. But before I actually want to get into this final business, because he's talking Spurs aren't winning this, Spurs aren't winning that. You forget I've got an opportunity to win something and start my season off way better than yours and have a more successful season than you before your season even started. I have the opportunity to do that. I have the opportunity to do something very, very good, win the biggest European competition. But before I do that, let me get around some of the super chats, because we've got a few people inside that have done their things. So big up to Mark, not Mark, coming in with the super chat and them things. Yeah. Do you want to read that one for us? Because clearly you forget. Man like Nonri was a Spurs academy player. We let go of him at 17 years of age. You're talking about how Eze heart was broken because Arsenal let go of him. I'm sure Madueke's heart was broken that Spurs let go of him, and that's why he went to the Wagons. Man went to the Wagons, and guess what? He's not. We didn't want him. We didn't want him.
Find me a clip of Madueke talking about how getting released from the Tottenham Academy crushed his heart, and it was one of the most painful things, and he was in tears and all that. Go and find me the video, and then I can acknowledge that super chat. Other than big up for sending Jords P's, yeah. But other than that, I'm not acknowledging it until you show me the clip. Just waffling.
Big up to my guys, Super Saiya Jacob, Eze, and Savino Day. Sorry, DJ MV, it's all love, G. I big up to SSJ, man. My guy, Super Saiyan Jacob. Every single time, my bro. Look at that. That's a delinquent in the house. Hopefully, it is Eze and Savino Day. And I can't lie, I've been seeing those reports, Mr. Udang, from the Secret Prem source, one of those. I don't listen to that guy. That guy is a fraud, and he always draws Spurs fans in with some fake stuff. So I know that you're seeing Spurs still want to bid for Eze straight after this Savino stuff today. I don't think anything will move on that right now, but let's see how it plays out over the next couple of days. Wesley, this is relentless with this stuff. This beef you've got with Hooks is crazy. So doing the waffling thing, outstanding citizen of London is funny still. Yeah, Wesley, just you're gonna have to deal with that one another day, innit? You're still gonna have to when Hooks eventually does a call-in show, jump on a call-in show, innit? That's what you could do. But Super Cup settings, we are playing in 2 days. The squad has come out and it was released that I think Udogi's in the squad, Solanke's in the squad, so Spurs' full team is going to be back at its best for the moment time being. How are you looking at this game? Are you looking at like the Community Shield, or is this a big game for you? Being one that you've never played in before, you know?
No, it's a big trophy, man. It's the winner of the Champions League versus the winner of the Europa League. So, big trophy. I mean, if you win it, that would be great. But do you know what it is, yeah? See, look, let me explain to you my dilemma, yeah? Let me explain to you my dilemma, yeah? I got a lot of family, yeah, and a lot of friends that support Tottenham, yeah? And, you know, you're my brother. You support Tottenham. I want you to be happy, yeah? But here's my dilemma, yeah? Here's my dilemma, yeah? If you, man, win it, all of the conversation is going to be, Arsenal. Somehow, Arsenal are going to get roped into the conversation. And because that's the case, and I can't be asked for the next set of streams I go on for the next month to be all about, Tottenham won the Super Cup and Arsenal have never won it and rah. You, man, are not allowed to win it. So now that's the first point. The second point is you, man, are incapable of winning it because PSG are going to fish you up on different levels, bro. The levels that they're going to fish you up is crazy, yeah? You're not Chelsea. You're currently not kicking ball like Chelsea. Chelsea kicking mad ball. So can kind of understand why they destroyed PSG. But don't conflate things. You're not playing that kind of ball. Yeah? Your ball is disgusting at the moment. Yeah? Your ball is, you see there's a low block. Yeah? You might as well call it zero block. That's the new thing. Zero block. Bare man defending at all times. It's crazy. Yeah? So all that PSG are going to do is just pass you into oblivion. Yeah? And you're probably going to concede 2 goals. It's probably going to be, do you know what? If I was a betting man, I would say it's like going to be 2-0, 3-1. Something like that. Yeah? But it's going to be like PSG 95% possession, Spurs 5%. Yeah? So, yeah. I mean, I would wish you good luck, but I know that somehow it's all going to come back on me if you win it. So I wish you all the worst luck in the world. I'm going to pray every night from now that you lot get fist up into oblivion. And I'm waiting for when you get smoked. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. No, it doesn't matter anyway. We didn't expect to win it anyway. Oh, we wasn't the favourites. You know, all of that shit. Yeah.
Well, we're obviously not the favourites. But I'll keep it a buck. Going into the game, my expectation is to win, like it would be in any cup final and any trophy. I expect for my club to go out there and get the business done. Timmy, Thomas, Frank, the engine, choo-choo, all are fucking board the train. I am aboard. And I think that we're going to go into that game well prepared. Yes, we had a poor performance against Bayern team. But I think in that Bayern game, in that Newcastle game, in that Arsenal game, there was a lot of learning curves that we can take and we can implement into this PSG game. Defensively, we've looked so much better under Frank. You obviously had some questions regarding our zero block and, you know, parking the bus and stuff. Yeah, there's going to be certain games where you get forced to park the bus when the attack is too good and when the team's possession style football is hard to get a hold of. I think we're going to look a little bit better in this game. Now, the one thing for this game is key for us to set up in a way where we can make the most of those counterattacks and the transitions that we are going to get in behind and just utilizing, you know, whether it's Odegaard, whether it's Johnson, whether it's Kudus, in their positions in the right way. Against Bayern, we done pretty well to catch them in the transition, but the problem was not having enough players in that transition, also progressing that ball forward from the midfield. I would hope that Bergvall starts this game to help combat that problem in the midfield, because I think last game when Bergvall come on, we actually had someone that could progress the ball, whether that was through carrying or playing. He's just one of our better technically midfielders in that 10 role for the time being. Potentially trying Odegaard in there's another problem as well that I'd like to see, but I don't like this narrative that's being painted that, you know, Spurs unexpected to win this or anything like this. I think we go into this game with the expectation that we won a trophy already this season, something that you wouldn't know about. So winning the trophies and winning something, it gives
I know about winning trophies, bro.
Gives you that little bit of hunger and that little bit of thing that's extra push in the mental side of things to get you over the line. Now, Arsenal fans, you say you know about it, but it's been a very long time since you tasted it. So maybe
oh really, it's only been 5 years, bro.
Yeah, 5 years is a long time.
Hey, what's longer? Tell me what's longer.
That's over 1,500 days.
Wait.
1,500 days is a long time.
Time out. Yeah, time out. Just a quick timeout. Yeah, quick timeout. I don't need YouTube Durag Diaries. Yeah, I need.
Oh, what? So are we wanting my prediction? I'm giving you the breakdown of how I think the game's gone. It's crazy, guys. We're talking about a game, but you don't need me to break down the game.
You know what a timeout is, bro? Like basketball, timeout. I've called a timeout. Called a timeout. Yeah, called a timeout.
Apparently, we're playing basketball now.
I don't need Durag Diaries. I need Jords. Yeah, you get me. If the camera was off and we wasn't on YouTube, I need Jords. Yeah.
Camera's on and we are on YouTube, so you got Durag Diaries. Come on, big up to the delinquents and descendants.
Because we're in timeout. We timed out. Remember, we timed out. So, what's longer? Yeah, 17 years or 5 years?
Again,
I just need the answer.
Longer? 2 months or 5 years?
I need the answer.
I don't know. You tell me. It hasn't even been 3 months since we won a trophy, bro. Oh no, you told me you're talking about 17 years. I don't know what 17 years is. I don't know what it is, bro. It's only been 3 months.
Don't answer the question.
I don't even know what that time frame is.
I want to answer the question.
It's such an afterthought. It's such an afterthought. I don't remember.
I've exited.
Remember for Wenger when you went on. You went on a.
It's no longer a team.
There was never a timeout. I can't even lie. Can't time out. There's no basketballs. You can't put your.
We're back on. We're back on the field.
Can't do timeouts. We're not playing basketball, yeah. And we're not even talking basketball, so no timeouts over here. Just to let you know. But Wenger went on a 10-year trophy drought, and I'm sure you're probably not. You won't remember that. You don't remember that 10-year trophy drought Wenger went on?
I don't remember because we locked back in. We came out.
I don't remember my 17-year one too. I remember it being 2 months and about 2 months or 5 years. You tell me, bro. 2 months or 5 years, which is longer?
I hear it. No, because I came out of timeout because you didn't want to partake in the conversation.
Yeah, you don't even know now, man. Don't know simple maths
on the bench. You didn't want to do the conversation on the bench. You know
maths, bro.
The players weren't listening. They wanted to go back on the pitch.
Simple maths. Now all of a sudden 2 + 2 equals 12. That's all I'm hearing. 2 + 2 equals 12. That's what I'm hearing, bro. That's where we're all going left, right, straight, yeah. By the way,
yeah, all of that. Yeah.
5 years is longer than 2 years. 2 months, yeah. 5 years is longer than 2 months. That's what I'm gonna say. But back to the game, because of course we're here to talk about the game. What we do know, obviously, João Neves, for those of you who don't know, will be missing the game. He's out suspended, so he won't feature for that one or PSG's first league game of the season. But away from that, PSG have a full team available. Obviously, they've only been back in training since last week, so that could be something that Spurs potentially take advantage of. But I'll make it very clear now that I don't think that has too much of an impact. All young players and players that are, trying to strive for their best, train consistently throughout the summer period, don't tend to put on no weight. And they've got personal trainers and so on. So they're consistently in the gym throughout that summer period. So I don't really have a question regarding the PSG players' fitness and whether they're going to be ready for this game. I'm just hoping that we set up in a very similar way to, like you said, that Chelsea game, that we could take advantage of some of that direct counter-attacking football. Hooks, on like a more non-biased point of view, do you actually see a way where Spurs could break PSG down and potentially be, if not win the game, but be a danger to them and create some solid chances?
If you take it to penalties, yeah. I feel like you have a chance of winning it if you take them to penalties. Like, I can see a world where maybe you keep them out for the majority of the game. And I mean, in all honesty, like, we can't ignore Kudus is like a massive danger man in the game. Like a massive massive problem. I think Kudus will be a massive problem for them. I think Brennan Johnson, he can always crop up with a goal that you don't really expect. So I mean, you can't rule that out. You got the addition of Paulinho to your team, I think makes you more stronger defensively. So, I wouldn't rule out being able to take it to penalties. I mean, I like Bergvall, but the thing is, when I'm looking at like players like Bergvall, I just don't know what your midfield's gonna do against the likes of Vitinha. Like, I just feel like Vitinha is just too good of a. I just feel like Vitinha is gonna control the game. Like, he's too cold. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like you guys can definitely make it competitive, but I don't think that you can make it competitive for any longer than 60 minutes. Like, I feel like you'll try to put up a good fight, but they'll just overrun you, man. Like, they really are strong everywhere on the pitch. Like, literally everywhere on the pitch, they're strong. Like, I hear the João Neves being out. I hear that, but I don't think that's...
They got such a strong midfield. I don't think it'll make such a big difference.
Oh, do you remember? Bro, they got Kvaratskhelia, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
Dembele.
No, I can't even lie. Like, again, their attack is dangerous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I look at it and I say that if we get caught out in a transition at any point, they're going to be blowing down our left and right wings and just causing us issues. Now, Spurs are probably going to have to be quite defensive and get a proper low block. There's no doubt about that. But I looked at the way Chelsea broke them down. I'm looking at our attack. If we can get those 1v1 battles in the wide areas with Kudus, with Odegaard, or with Tel, we could potentially take advantage of them. We could be dangerous, and we could be the team that beat them, innit? Just similar to what Chelsea done. Hey, big up Sava for the raid, man. Big up Sava for the raid every time. Everyone that's coming over from Sava's channel. I know you Football Heritage TV lot are real Spurs supporters, so big up to everyone. I know we're all feeling that Savio bomba. We're talking about the Super Cup right now, so let us know your thoughts on the Super Cup in the chat, how you're feeling. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to me. You know, we're on the road to 4K, not too far away. We're actually pretty close. Like, if everyone in here just subscribed, make sure you do that. But more importantly, again, subscribe to Hooks. Somebody can put one of the moderators put Hooks' channel in the chat. Be much appreciated. But you can't miss it as well. It's also in the title. It's also in the description. So we've got 355 people inside. Make sure you are smashing the like button and make sure you're subscribing to the man. Hooks, how far are you away from 7K?
I mean, like 100 and something, I think. Like, I'm fairly... It may even be less than that now. I don't know. Like around... Last time I checked, it was like 120 or something like
mad.
That.
So 347 inside. I know majority of you are Spurs fans, so you might not want to go to the Arsenal side, but the Village, them... In fact, wait, I need to speak to you about that, because I had someone come over here and say you're banning up my delinquents.
No, I actually came over and said I didn't realize that someone exiled you. My bad. Like, don't try remix.
I'm just saying the villagers are they're trying to treat the delinquents. I feel like we might start war in it.
No, but
the delinquents might start warring the villagers, bro. I don't want that to happen, but it might start warring it.
Now, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, yeah? I think because, obviously, the village is so diverse, yeah, I think a lot of people don't actually understand, yeah, how man like us banter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when man like us banter in the chat, I think, because they're just reading text, I feel like they think it's mad serious. Like, mad serious. So then they go and they block whoever says it because they don't understand in it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So it happened, I can't lie, it happened to Beijing Guna over here. Beijing Guna was trolling and my chat was like, bro, what are you doing there? And I was like, you man allowing Beijing Guna is just a troll, and now he's over here all the time. Like, you man just have to welcome him, and you get too used to somebody's banter in it. It's really not that deep.
But just to throw it out there, like, in all fairness, I would say I'm probably one of the Arsenal fans that actually likes talking about things that are not just Arsenal related. B, I can talk about Tottenham without making it a war. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not always... I can appreciate when Tottenham do good things, innit? So,
big up Sava, man.
So for all the Tottenham fans out there in the chat that just came through from Sava, big up Sava for the raid. Savinho. Remember, I was the first one that said that, innit?
Savinho, yeah.
I was the first one. Remember, Sava, don't let anyone steal that from me. I said it first. Like, it's not always me. I'm not always dissing Tottenham. So if you want to come over and hear, like, I guess, a rival's perspective on Tottenham sometimes or other clubs, come true.
Savaini, yo, trust me. That's a good one. That's a good one. Big up to... Now, I was saying it earlier, people. I can't lie. If you actually like listening to an on-the-fence fan, because I can't call Hooks a top gooner and I can't call him a bottom gooner. He's just a fence gooner, innit? He doesn't... He likes to be friendly with both of them. He likes to... No, you're a fence schooner, yeah? We call you fence schooner. But no, Hooks... He likes to give the balanced point of view. They call it balanced. I don't think it is balanced. But again, Wesley, I can't lie. Your beef is different. You're going for Hooks. So I can't even blame Hooks when he's on the defense. Captain America shield fighting back. You know, that's a self-defense case. Like, you brought out the buy-ins, he just shot back. I can't lie. I can't defend you on that one. Big up to Alexander Liam George. Big up to you, my bro. Big up to Alex. Oh, just subbed. Madueke for 50 million is a better signing, though. Apparently so. Apparently so, bro. It's mad.
Who said that?
That's what I'm hearing, innit? It's the word on the curb. It's the word on the curb. And that's why I need to make a call to, Lee Gunner. I see you wake up. I saw his news on this because obviously I don't know if you know, Lee Gunner is probably the biggest fan of Savio, isn't it? He was gassing him up last season. Saying he's going to do this, that. At this moment in time, he hasn't lived up to those expectations, but let's see it. But before we head out, because we are going to head out literally in a second, it's been a very, very good show. Big up to everyone inside. I'm going to look to see who I can send you over to, because we've got a lot of people over here. We need to go welcome someone with all you, man. But before we do, Hooks, give us your final prediction on how you think the game's going to play out for this Super Cup.
All right, I see Ken and Rat. Hey, do you know what's mad about that? I'm actually going to a Street Fighter 6 tournament on the weekend, so you get man about that Street Fighter blood. I'm
in the white, he's in the red, you know what I mean?
Yeah, done know. You get me, you know what I'm saying?
Ken over here, innit? Man represent Ken.
That we might have to find a way to market branding the Ken and Ryu thing with the Arsenal ones, but we might have to find a way.
We're gonna have to pattern up, yeah.
Big up Daniel
Fields. In fact,
we're taking that.
I didn't even think of that. Ken Ryu.
Yeah, we're taking that one. Yeah, we're taking.
We're gonna get something like that popping. But yeah, sorry.
I see two potentialities. Yeah, I think either PSG will dominate the game and win convincingly, or I think U-Man will take it all the way to penalties and win. I think if it goes to penalties, I think U-Man win, but I think that PSG are more likely to win the game in is it 90 minutes and extra time then penalties, or is it 90 minutes then penalties?
I'd imagine 90 minutes extra time penalties, isn't it? It's a proper cup. It's not really shielded, and they're not going to just skip extra time or anything like that. I think for us, I'll be honest, in the 90 minutes of football, I think it's going to be a tough, but if we do win, I think it's going to be like a 1-0. I think it'll be very, very tight game. I think, or maybe 2-1. I think it's going to, very tight. Being able to stop PSG from scoring is going to be very hard. Plus, I don't know if Donnarumma's playing or if their new goalkeeper's playing. I'd imagine it's going to be Donnarumma maybe on his last game. 90 minutes, then pens. Is that where it is, Riggs? Fair. So if it's 90 minutes, then straight into penalties, then shit. I think Spurs can get this win over penalties. I'll take a penalties. I just need to see out for the 90 minutes. I'm seeing it different now. We might have to do the 0 block thing that Hooks are saying. We might have to do 0 block, 9 at the back, see out the game for 90 minutes, just every 10 minutes, just focus on the 10 minutes ahead. You know, one of them ones, just every 10 minutes and then just get straight to that. I didn't even know. Big up to the people in the chat for confirming, but I said we'll make an example. Now, my official prediction is I think Spurs are going to win it. Now that I know that, I think Spurs will probably try to see out for the penalties. And I thought if they're extra time, we'll try and get it done in 90 minutes. But I think Spurs see out for the penalties. I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. But yeah, the PSG are definitely going to dominate the majority of the possession. And their attack's probably going to hit the post, hit the bar, and all these things. It might even be 1-1 and then go to penalties. Donnarumma's not playing. Okay, it might be Lucas Chevalier then, I'd imagine. Wesley's going with a 7-0 win.
He's a good goalkeeper, though.
That's Chevalier, innit? I see him get rated for the Ballon d'Or. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it, you know. But I see it. Golden Boy Awards. I saw your boy there. You didn't mention it. I ain't see it. I'm surprised you ain't said nothing about it. Your boy was in the Golden Boy Awards. How do you feel about that one?
I mean, win it. Do you know what I mean?
I'm happy just to get a nomination, you know what I mean?
If you don't win it, it's mad. Like, if you don't win it, it's mad. So, yeah, just win it.
Oh man, I'd be bigging up my young G's just for getting a nomination. He only played
Yeah,
like
it's
7
a
months of
nomination,
football,
but
bro.
like win it, man. Like I don't think anyone from Arsenal will win it. To be fair, so.
Oh, your Miles in that ranking, so it's a bit dark for anyone, isn't it? I don't think anybody wins it over him, but yeah. Let's get your predictions in the chat though. Before we end up, everybody just throw in their score lines, how they think this game's gonna play out, what you think's gonna happen. Let's just get that before we end. Hooks, what you got coming up for the people, them though? What they got to look out for? Yeah, let them know, bro.
I was gonna try and get in it. I was gonna try and get a stream into today, but I don't think it's gonna be possible because I don't think anyone's available. But Arsenal fan related, so I might drop a video later. But I'll be live in the morning tomorrow. I've got a show with Cal from Coppish tomorrow at 5 p.m. And then in between that, I'll be on other people's streams, Never a Foul, Roddy Raw, BSB. And I'll drop content. Yeah, the daily content, man. You know the thing, man. We're back. Premier League and that.
The man them are back. Everyone's active now. Yeah, make sure you're there tomorrow morning. Hooks is going live 8:30 every morning. You can't miss Hooks. So pretty much when you wake up, you open your eyes, you rub your eyes, go on YouTube. You need, something to watch whilst you're brushing your teeth, washing your face, all of them things, making your coffee. Slap on a Hook show, give you the update about all the transfers. He's not just Arsenal as well. He's talking other clubs, everything that's going on in that day. The recent news he'll talk about.
And then we redirect to Durag Diaries. Right after.
Yeah, majority of the time I'm live at 9:30 as well. So you come straight over here. Give me 2. But yeah, I'll be live at 9:30 as well tomorrow morning. But more importantly, I'm live again today. We're active today. 9 p.m. tonight, Boardroom Talks. The show that you might have been waiting for. You guys want it weekly. I'm working on getting it weekly. We done it last week. We're back this week. And we're going to be back next week, definitely. So Boardroom Talks tonight. Talking about these transfers, talking about the Super Cup. We have Deji returning to the channel for, I think it's been like 3 or 4 months. We ain't seen Deji. So the domination in the location. Deji's going to be here. Alongside, the typical Elijah, Jay, and that's Jay from Hotspur Cave, and then Jay Rated R, for those of you who appears on Never a Foul and some other channels. So we got a lot going on. So you guys can't rest. We've got more streams to come. Make sure you're there tonight, 9 p.m. And then what I am going to do for now, it's his birthday. So do you know what? First of all, just go in there and raid up on a happy birthday raid. Because it's Elijah's birthday today. So let's get you guys showing some love to the boy. Let him know where you guys came over. And say happy birthday. He knows it's DRD raid. He'll know. But just let him know happy birthday to the boy and all of that. But before we head out, let's go to the score predictions. We've got 1-0 from Cat Fun. That's a crazy name. Alexander, Liam, George, 1-1 full time and then 4-3 to the Mighty Spurs on penalties. 4-0 first 30 minutes. Ross Wesley's really on us right now. W stream, though. Yeah, let's get W streams in the chat. Big up to Vinny Van Gogh, 4-1. Come on, bro. And then what else? 2-2. Big up. But yeah, man, you guys just go drop a happy birthday in Elijah's stream. We got 290 people in here, so it'll be good to just raid him up and show him some love and some support. But yeah, man, big up to everyone inside W stream. And until 9 p.m., we'll be back.